Namaskar, welcome to your own geography class. We are continuing chapter number 6, but today's class is comprising the discussion of the topic of all of these actually. So we will discuss processes of population change or growth, what factors does affect them. Although we have discussed them just by the names within this population growth part, but today we are going to discuss them in detail. And followed by the topics adolescent population and national population policy PPP or NPP actually. So let's start our today's class with the topic processes of population change or growth and birth rate, death rate and migration. These are the prominent features that affect the change or growth of the population of a particular area, can be a region or can be a country or territory. Whatever is suitable to you, you can write that. So talking about the birth rate, death rate, migration, three of these topics individually comprises their define as well. So number of live births per 1,000 person in a year is known as birth rate. So this is the define of birth rate. They do come for 1 mark question as well. So it is a major component of the growth in India. Reasons are birth rates have always been higher than the death rates. So it is a prominent factor in the growth rate in the terms of India subcontinent. Talking about the death rate, again we do have a certain kind of define, actually a certain define, not even kind. So number of deaths per 1,000 person in a year is to be considered as the death rate. Then natural increase of population. So how you can take out the natural increase of population of an area? You have to subtract birth rate and death rate, and the answer will be the result or will be the answer of natural increase of population of an area or a region. Now, main cause of rate of growth of the Indian population is the rapid decline in death rates. Again, rapid decline in death rates or the birth rates are in control, as it means that the children who do take birth and by their time of the span of 3 months since the day they were born till 3 months, it is the maximum time where the newborn or the infants do die due to the lack of the better health facilities. So when the health facilities got improved, so the death rates also declined, as well as the birth rate is also got affected. So rapid decline in death rates till 1980. High birth rates and declining death rates cause rapid population growth. So since 1981, declining birth rates. So now high birth rate and declining birth rate. So there is a variation that had slowed the rate of population growth. So either or factors, need not necessary that birth rate and death rate along with migration, 3 of them or 2 of them should be there collectively to affect the growth rate of any place, of any region. Either of them can be responsible individually as well. And in this case of year 1981, the decline in birth rate is responsible for the slowed rate of population growth of India we are talking about. Now talking about the migration. So in simple words, movement from one place to another, of course, of a person is to be considered as migration, although animals do migrate as well. But we are talking about human itself. So movement of people across region and territories or from one place to another, that place calls for regions or territories. Now migration can be internal, domestic, and it can be international. Domestic within the country from one state to another, from one city to another, from rural to urban or urban to rural is to be the least case scenario, but still can be considered over here. So internal migration does not change the size of the population of any region because they are internally moving. So still they will be considered in one territory itself. But it does influences the distribution of the population within the nation. Likewise, if the state-wise movement is there, people are moving or an individual is moving from one state to the other. So the total population of that state is going to vary or it is going to change due to the internal movement. Migration plays a very significant, very important role in changing the composition. Composition means we are talking about the male, female along with the age groups as well, and distribution of population of any place. In India, most migrations have been from rural to urban areas, and the particular concern is better job opportunities along with better other facilities as well. And reason, in the official geographical language, if we have to consider the reasons for the migration from rural to the urban areas in India, and collectively push and pull are the reasons that are effective in India subcontinent as well as for the international migration as well. As the reasons that push someone from a place, they are to be considered as the push factors, and certainly they will be in the negative concern. And for the pull factors, the factors that are pulling someone from the prominent region or from any region of the world, or whether internally itself, so they will be quite positive one. But because negativity, although it attracts humans, but in the terms of for their development part, we don't consider the negativity. So among the push factors, there comes adverse conditions, negative conditions of, it means poverty can be there, one of the negative conditions, unemployment can be there. And opposite to that, instead of poverty, individual growth, financial growth, economic growth of individual is high, and more employment opportunities are there, so they can come in pull factors. Although other than poverty and unemployment, there are various concerns that can be added to push and pull factors. So these are increased employment opportunities and better living conditions. So, and better living condition, it means we are talking about the conditions that are opposite to poverty. Well-nourished part. Migration is an important determinant of population, as migration affects up to the maximum extent. So it changes the population size, it changes the population composition, male, female and all that. Urban and rural population terms of age and sex, told you na, male, female, sex and age group. Both these things comes in composition part. So migration can change the size and composition of an entire population of any given area. In India, urban population has increased from 17.29% in 1951 that is, to 31.80% in 2011, last census. So number of million plus cities rose from 35 to 53 in just one decade, in the time span of just 10 years, from 2001 to 2011. Talking about the adolescent population, that is the next topic in the continuity of the chapter. Adolescent means a certain age when the teenagers enter to the maturity level. Not exactly that maturity as we do experience in the age group, certainly that belongs from 30 onwards until 60 to be considered for. So adolescent over here, persons in the age group from 10 to 19 years. So from the teenage, they are, transforming themselves to the maturity level, or they're entering the maturity level. It constitutes 1/5. So adolescent population comprises 1/5 of the total population of India, and the most important resource for the future, for the economic development or overall development part of India. Nutrition requirements. So if we are talking about the adolescent population, we have to discuss the important characters or features of this population. So we have to talk about their nutrition and in-whole requirement. So adolescent, normal child or adult. So poor nutrition can lead to deficiency and stunted growth. Growth will be obstructed. So nutritious meal should be provided. But in India, the diet available, whatever diet is consumed by the adolescent population, it is inadequate in its nutrients value. It is lacking in either or all types of nutrients. Need not necessary, I am talking about on the average basis. So a large number of adolescent girls suffer from anemia because of the inadequate amount of nutrients present in their diets. So their problems have received little attention in development, because girls do play the role of resources as well. As we are talking about people as resources, so within the people, girls are also to be added. So we cannot exclude them from the development scenario. They do give their contributions. So adolescent girls need awareness of their challenges, physical, mental, That is, so awareness can be improved through literacy and education. Particularly if they will be literated, if they will be educated, they are going to come to know that okay, for our mental growth, for our individual growth, we have to add on a proper nutritious diet and a meal, so that mentally and physically they can be well developed. So this is the major contribution of the education within the development part of a nation according to the humans. Now we are going to jump on to the third topic of the day, but quite the important, that is the national population policy. So we have to discuss what exactly this policy was all about. Recognizing the health and welfare benefits of family planning. So this entire concept of national population policy was to do the family planning to control the growing population. So Government of India launched a family planning program in 1952. Important question, the year and which program was launched. So the family welfare program has sought to, it was launched to promote responsible and planned parenthood. Parents should know before marriage itself, actually, they should come to a conclusion that what kind of future they are willing to obtain. Of course, with their own, experiences and with their own contributions. As in, specifically, if we talk about the family planning, so they have predetermination, they are predetermined, as they do know that they are going to get 2 kids or 1 kid in the terms of whatever they are earning and how exactly they are looking ahead for their future part. So planned parenthood on a voluntary basis, voluntary, willingly. No one forces any particular parent, we are talking about both of them, mother and father, to not to opt this family planning or to opt to family planning. It is their own individual decisions as they want to spend their life in what part, in the negative concern or in the positive ways. So national population policy again in 2000 was, I won't say reintroduced, but yes, it was again launched. So culmination of years of planned efforts collectively, it provides a policy framework for what features: imparting free and compulsory school education up to 14 years, reducing infant mortality rate, the infants that do die within the time span of 0 to 3 months, we have discussed. And we are talking about the mortality rate. So mortality rate does declines below 30 per thousand live births. So this is the major concern over here for the population policy, that is NPP of 2000. Achieving universal immunization of children against all vaccine preventable diseases. So the infants from the, or since the day they are born till the age of 3 and 4, the infants along with in whole, these kids get vaccinated on the particular intervals, on the basis of what thing, to prevent them from the going on diseases that are present in the children. Particularly, likewise, measles can be there can be your polio. So there are certain types of diseases that want some preventive measures. So promoting delayed marriages for girls, making family welfare a people centered program. So these are the particular aims or motives that has been introduced by the Indian government according to the NPP of 2000. So that was all about the concept and the discussion of today's class, comprising 3 particular topics of adolescent population NPP, that is national population policy. So in whole, we have discussed these factors, but the prominent were the factors affecting the growth rate of any region, growth rate of the population of any region. Now it's the time to discuss few MCQs so that we can end up our chapter, but still question answers will be remaining for the discussion. So which of the following is or are processes influencing the population growth? Birth rate, death rate, migration? Yes. So answer will be all of the above. Second question, which of the following is an example of pull factor? That's it, attracting migration. So better job opportunities. Poor can't be there. So negative things cannot be there. And these three are the negative parts. Lastly, how can the condition of adolescent girls be improved in India? By increasing population growth, by providing better nutrition and education facilities for the girls. So that was all about today's class. So things were not that complicated or confusing, so that you should not understand them. I hope things are clear to you. So soon we are going to catch up within our next class with the discussion of the question answer itself. Till then, take care. Bye bye.